In today's video, I'm going to teach you the best run defense in college football 25 to stop every run in the game, from shotgun runs and options to heavy under center runs as well. We are going to use the 3-5 penny and the 3-4 odd as our run defenses. These are my two favorite run defenses in the game, and I'm going to teach you guys how to run both like a pro. You're going to get two easy setups, one from man, one from zone. So we're first going to start with the 3-4 odd. You can find both of these defenses in the 3-3-5 tight defensive playbook. Now, with the 3-4 odd, I recommend turning your auto flip off and your option read and pitch keys to conservative. With this defense, we're going to come out in the cover 4 drop. Notice we've set our shell to cover 4. Cover 4 is the safest run defense in the game because it has a safe coverage. You don't have to worry about getting beat by takeoffs, and it has the best run fits along with cover 0 in the game. Now, if you guys are unaware, you can hold down both triggers L2 and R2, or L2 and LT, and hit square or circle to show the run fits. And what you're going to notice is in cover 4, both safeties are in run fits. Really, everybody's in run fits other than the corners. Now, the outside corners, that just means that they're not going to immediately first step be against the run, but that is honestly fine because you don't really want that in case of the pass anyways. You want your outside corners backed up so you don't have to worry about takeoffs. Now, the setup to this is very, very easy. If you guys want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop me a like on the video. So, first thing we're going to do is pinch our defensive line. To do that, you hit left on the D-pad, down on the left analog stick. Next thing you want to do is spread out your linebackers by hitting right on the D-pad and up on the left analog stick. This is just going to give us the best possible front to stop the run. Finally, you're going to want to go ahead and hit left on the D-pad and down on the right analog stick to crash your defensive line or slant them to the inside. You can see that this changes our rush angles and makes it so any sort of inside run is going to be very, very difficult, but also so will outside runs because our linebackers are going to be spread. Now, as I said, the safeties are in the run fits. You could bring them up a hair or two, and by being in a run fit, they're just going to run down at the run. They're going to react faster. Now, what you're going to want to do is use the linebacker on the weak side, the inside linebacker on the weak side. And what that essentially means is if you think that the offense has better blocking to the right, you'd want to use the linebacker to the left because that will essentially give you an extra run defender. But if you think that they're going to run to the left, if you feel like they're in a formation that's better blocking to the left, you'd want to use the inside linebacker on the right of the screen. Now, if you happen to guess wrong, that's completely fine. You're just looking to flow to the ball just as we do here and just prevent the big runs to the outside. Another adjustment you can do to make this coverage better is shade your coverage underneath by hitting triangle or Y and then down on the right stick to getting hard flats. This is just going to be a better adjustment, and I'm going to show you guys how you can make your zones play better against the run in a second here. So if they're running to the right, as you guys can see, we're just able to easily shoot in the backfield, make them get to the outside, and our corner is there to clean up. Now guys, just to show you another example of how good this run defense is, let's do it again. You guys can see we shoot in the backfield and we get a hit stick in the backfield. This is also a great run defense to use against inside runs such as dives. Against dives, once again, because the D-line is pinched and crashed to the inside, there's not really much space to work with. You're going to notice a lot of tackles in the backfield, at worst 1 or 2 yard gains. Again, you're not really looking to do much with your user, but just prevent the big runs. As you guys can see there, there's nothing doing. Now let's talk about defending shotgun runs. Now, the setup is still going to be relatively the same with one slight change. So we're still going to pinch our defensive line, and we're still going to crash the defensive line down. We're still going to share our coverage underneath. Now, if your linebackers are lined up like this, there's really no need to spread them out because they are already kind of, spread out themselves. But if they are more in a normal alignment, you still would want to spread them out. Now, with the running back in shotgun, he's lined up to one side of the quarterback. So basically, against shotgun, you're always going to want to use the linebacker that's on the same side as the running back because this is just going to allow you to get better run defense because if the running back's on the right, they're obviously more likely to run to the left. So if we use the linebacker on the right and they do run to their left, you guys can see we're able to shoot in the backfield and get the tackle for a loss. Now, this same concept applies whether they're running inside zones like we just did there or even power or base type runs with a pulling guard. Whether it's a zone blocking scheme or they got a puller, doesn't really matter. We're still going to use the linebacker on the same side of the screen as the running back. So here's the running back on the left. We're using the linebacker on the left. Now, if they do have a pulling guard, we're just going to look to avoid him or at least just prevent them from getting outside. They only get 3 to 4 yards. Now, the biggest weakness to this defense would be RPOs because it is zone, and that's why we also want to show you guys how to stop the run from man, which we will do in a second. If you want to get better at college football 25 and win more games, check out my college football VIP membership on sportsgamerz.com. Put the link to order in the comments and the description. You will get access to all the content I release for college football all year long, including the best offense in the game, the best defense in the game, my secret A-gap blitzes, my rollout glitch, my run defense, and my pass defense, and much more. Let's dominate together, boys. Before we get into RPOs, let's just look at basic read options and option type plays. Remember, with our option key set to conservative, we are playing the quarterback, so we need to watch the running back ourselves. So in a situation like this, again, we're going to pinch our line, spread our linebackers, we're going to go ahead and crash our line down, shade our coverage underneath. Now, this is a goofy formation because there's 4 offensive players, 3 receivers, and 1 tight end on the right side of the screen as well as the running back. We're still going to use this linebacker over here, but honestly, because there's no threat, there's no player lined up to the left that's even go out a route, we could definitely just bring the safety in the box if we wanted to, but you don't have to do that. You could obviously just use the linebacker, but in any case, it's still kind of the same concept here. So remember, against read options, your option keys on conservative, you're going to look to play the running back, shoot in the backfield, or at least prevent them from getting outside to get another 3 or 4 yards, which is really good. So next, we're going to look at the 3-3-5 penny. This is one of my favorite run defenses in the game because it allows you to play man and blitz and stop the run at the same time. Now, with this one, we're still going to keep our option defenses set to conservative, but we're going to turn auto flip on because since we have a nickel back, we always want the nickel corner to line up on the strong side of the offensive formation. So the play we're going to pick here is pinch blitz 0. This is more of a defense I would prefer to run against shotgun, but you could run it against under center. Now I wanted to talk about RPOs. RPOs are really good against zone, not so much against man. So if, we're going up against a formation like this, a shotgun, we're going to use the linebacker, right, that's blitzing, the inside linebacker, and then we're going to shift the D-line opposite the running back. So if the running back is to the right, we'll shift the D-line to the left, and we're going to stand over this lineman right here. So you guys can see if they try to throw the RPO, he's manned up, there's nowhere to go. At the same time, if they try to hand the ball off, we're going to look to shoot that with our user. So you guys can see we just stand over this lineman on the same side of the screen as the running back after we shift the line, and we can just shoot into the backfield, easy tackle for loss. The only thing you'd have to worry about in this example is, say, like a quarterback zone to the other side. So there actually is a quarterback zone in this playbook out of the same formation. And let me show you guys how I defend that. So I'm going to give you the same look. We're going to shift the D-line away from the running back, take your user, and stand over the lineman. Remember, never press your coverage on this game just because with takeoffs it's too risky. Anyways, here you can see the zone. We're just going to fight to the outside, and since the safety is in a run fit, he's able to shut that down. Remember, guys, cover 0 is like cover 4 in that the safeties are generally going to be in run fits. If the offense is in an under center running formation versus defense, I don't really like to shift the D-line left or right. I keep them as is or maybe spread them out if I'm expecting an outside run. I will tell you the 3-4 odd is better against under center runs because the 3-4 odd is much more balanced. It has the same personnel on both sides. You get an outside linebacker on both sides. Versus the penny, you have the nickel corner on one side, but not a nickel corner on the other side. So technically, they have, less defenders to block on the right side of the screen here because the nickel corner is on the left. So this is a better shotgun run defense. 3-4 odd is better for under center. Still, just to show you guys, you can still stop the run well out of this formation